I owed the state over $5,000. I owed my tax attorney over $5,000. All of that money that was phantom money that I didn't have got charged to my credit cards and completely and utterly maxed out. Any remaining credit that I had was maxed. Officially as of today, all right, I am going to be doing Smart Guys solo starting tonight on the late stream. We're going to see how the show goes. As long as the show still gets some attendance and support, I want to continue it through WrestleMania. Then we'll see what we want to do. You know, WrestleMania is only about a month away, so it would be a few more episodes or whatever, and that's it. And then we'll go from there. But I'll just say this up front because I want to make this clear. Absolutely nothing that I'm about to tell you on this show is private information. So basically, why am I doing Smart Guys solo? PPP on his show, Kino Casino, has increasingly started up with rhetoric that's pretty toxic, negative, and insulting towards myself and my family.
We're only 582 away from the goal! The bitch is fat! She's fat! Water Weird has gifted a sub! Manchurian candidate for a sub!
Now, there's a difference between myself and my family. I want you to understand that, okay? So, Kino Casino, now, since those guys did so much for me, I let them know, listen, I'm not going to have any bad feelings towards you if you guys use me in your content. If you have whole segments on me, ripping me a new asshole, saying my content sucks, saying I suck, I really don't care. I mean, everyone else does it anyway. You know, I'm okay with you guys. You might as well benefit from it too. Go for it, right? I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to be a dick now just because we did some content together. Now you can't make fun of me, okay? I mean, that's the whole premise of their entire show. Definitely the rhetoric has kicked up, and in particular, where I started to get wind that this was happening and it really was upsetting me was PPP starts bringing up my wife. Now, for those who don't know, my wife Kat has showed up in my content less than 10 times, and everyone made fun of her. I say everyone, it's the detractors, of course, made fun of her for her looks, and it really got to her. So for many, many years, she never appeared in my content, okay? And then last year, early on, after years of kind of sitting on the sidelines and wanting to be part of the content, but I'm like, man, these fucking idiots are just going to say something. Finally was like, you know what? Who cares? Let's just do it anyway. And we were trying to plan like what kind of content she could be in last year. And then after that, I'm going to tell you something that I've kind of alluded to, but haven't really talked much about. Kat started to experience some health problems. And because of that, her health took a turn for the worse. And it wouldn't have made sense for her to start coming on stream with the levels of stress and stuff that she was going through, okay? So that's why she just disappeared from my content. It wasn't that, oh, there's no content or anything we want to do. In fact, I had bought Beyond Two Souls to actually play with her and do a whole co-op playthrough of, all right? But then, because of these circumstances going on, we just said we can't do it. All right. Now, over the course of the year, the good news is stuff got better. All right. It improved. We're in a situation where we're already so stressed out about all kinds of stuff going on. And that is one of the many things going on in my private life right now. It's not everything, to be clear. And I'll talk about that in a second. But it's just one of many things. All right. And, you know, fast forward to this year and today and all this stuff going on. And all of a sudden, you know, after weeks of PPP escalating this rhetoric on his show, this toxic stuff about me, which again, I don't give a shit. I really don't. I've got thick skin. I don't care what you say about me. Say it, get your rise, get people to toss you money for it. I just don't care. I'm not trying to do a victim complex here or anything. I'm not super thin-skinned Phil where I can't take an insult. I don't. But when you start bringing up my family members for literally no reason, besides, oh, maybe this will also get something out of the audience. Maybe this will get a rise out of Phil. Because if you want to know the truth, I think that's what this is all about. I think that PPP wants to get a rise out of me. He wants to have me here freak out and start, going full path number 2. The return of the king of hate. The angry man who just wants to rage against everything and burn everything down around him and hurt everyone around him because all I care about is myself and, go crazy. And I totally feel like that's what it is. Basically, when you start bringing up my wife for absolutely no reason, again, there's no reason. It's not like Kat is part of my content. She's not, right? She was in like 3-4 streams last year. She stopped being part of the content. She's not affecting anything. So it's that simple, all right? It is. It's just that simple. There's no reason to ever bring her up at all. Now, of course, you guys wouldn't know this, but I've spoken with him about this many times, okay? Many times. This isn't the first time, second time. And every time I say, this has to stop, he apologizes. He says, I got too worked up. I got into my rhetoric again. I'm sorry. Okay, fine. And then some time will pass, and then he does it again. And it's like, wait, what are you doing? We had the conversation already. You understood it was wrong. You apologized for it. So if you did that, why are you doing it again? Okay? So this week, it's this simple. He won't stop. He's been doing it nonstop, like 2 shows in a row. And he basically feels like he just has free reign to say or do whatever he wants because, I guess free speech or whatever it is. I really don't give a shit. I'm not going to let a man just publicly bring my family into his content because he feels like whatever, whether it's he thinks it's funny, he thinks it's free speech, he thinks this will get a rise out of me, So here's the thing. I can't stop him. I can't stop him from making that level of content. But what I can do is refuse to make content with him because I'm not going to stand for that kind of behavior. All right? If he was married and he had a wife, regardless of how she looked, how she acted, whatever, I would not insult his wife. Even if I have a million problems with him, I wouldn't insult his wife. Over on the DSP Reacts channel and on my Kick channel, I will be solo streaming Smart Guys covering SmackDown and Raw from this week.
Of our country's main design bureau.
What I'd like to do, because undoubtedly there's a million questions here about all of this. All right, there is. Let's just briefly talk about what's happened and the change in attitude towards me and all of that since August of last year. Because all I can really do is speculate, but at the same time, I do want to clarify a whole lot of stuff to everyone. First of all, right now, PPP is sitting on his Twitter very hurriedly and scaredly tweeting. I don't know why. It's like the guy's terrified about what I'm going to say or something. I don't know. I don't get it. It's like he still doesn't get it of who I am today versus who I used to be. I don't know. But he's just going crazy on there, saying a million things. Oh, this and that about all toxic stuff. I don't care. And we definitely tossed around a lot of different ideas. Okay, we did. But most of them, sadly, have to do with pure drama. And if you were on the show yesterday or you watched my podcast yesterday, I told you that I feel there's 3 routes I can take. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. PPP absolutely thinks the best course of action is the drama route. No shit. Why wouldn't he? What's this whole show about? Right? Drama. His entire show, the entirety of it, it's just covering people in a dramatic way. And I get it. And I have no issue with that. Now, listen, I don't have to agree with that content. And I don't have to like that content. But I certainly can respect that hustle. I certainly can respect that life. Okay? But it doesn't mean I have to live it. And basically, PPP this year wanted to get me heavily involved in all kinds of drama and stuff. But that's as far as I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell you anything because that's private shit. I kind of turned it down, left, right, up, down, in every direction. Not to say that I wasn't willing to play ball or try stuff, but I was convinced. I keep turning this camera on and off. It's annoying me. I was convinced that, sadly, if I did go as far and do these things that these guys, or I say these guys, it was basically just, PPP, the stuff that they had these plans for, I was going to have to throw away 17 years of work that I had, put into the blood, the sweat, the tears that I had put into my work to get where I am today. Because as I said yesterday, if I go all the way into the drama, 100%, okay, I can't go back. Wait. Oh, one final thing. For 10 years of you fucking with me and making my life miserable for your personal gain, I'm taking your final chip as the king's tax, you motherfucker.
Yeah!
You're fucking felted, bitch. Felted. You're done. And so I think what's happened is over the last several months, since basically none of the ideas that PPP came up with I would really roll with, all right, he soured. against me. His opinion towards me has definitely soured, and he's very frustrated. He's upset. And now he feels really the only way to move forward is to try to do something drastic. Because if you notice, the rhetoric against me picked up big. All of a sudden, he's still bringing up my wife every stream. It's like, why would he do that all of a sudden out of nowhere? Because he feels like he's going to force the hand. He's going to push he's going to push that envelope. He's going to make Phil play his hand of cards. He wanted me to come out today and just explode, but I'm not doing that. I'm just very calmly and matter-of-factly explaining to you what's happened, okay? Now, it sucks because here's the thing. I feel like we work together well, and I feel like Smart Guys is a great show. I do. But at one point, you've got to put your foot down, and you've got to have some kind of self-respect. And I'm not going to allow the guy to just say and do whatever he wants and think that he has free reign to disrespect my family just because I want to have him as part of Smart Guys. So that's why I made the decision, all right? And it's that simple. Doesn't matter what he says or does. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter how he kinds to cope, because that's what he's doing. He's coping all over Twitter today, posting up 1 million cope tweets. I don't care. All right? I really don't. It's sad because I really feel like that he is a guy who can be really fun to work with, and he's funny as well, and he brings that hype, and he brings that energy. He's the ultimate pitch guy. He's the Paul Heyman of drama content on the internet, right? That's how I feel. But at what expense? Because I'm not going to become full-time Kino Casino, full-time drama. I'm just not going to do that. I don't want to. A few people saying, he wants to come on Smart Guys tonight to hash it out. No, we're not going to do that. That's what he wants. He wants to create drama content. And he felt like this was his way to force the hand. You don't get it. And this is what no one gets. So that's what's going on. And listen, I'll end it with this because now I have a lot of shout outs to do. I have to sit here. I have to shout out things for the rest of the show, essentially. Okay. But my final take on it is this. I understand that many of you probably came over here to watch me because of Kino Casino, and I appreciate that. I would hope that over the last, 6 to 8 months, you've seen enough of me to now know who I am, what I'm about, the kind of content that I make. And if you enjoy that content, welcome, stick around, let's have fun together. But if you were solely here because you felt like you were doing a favor to Kino Casino, right? And this was just, oh, well, they like him, or they're giving him the rub, they're glazing him, so now I got to glaze him. They even say there's let's get our pay pigs to go over there and throw him some money. To call your viewers pay pigs?
Pay pegs? Pay pigs. I said pay pegs.
I don't know, man. I don't think of it that way. I never have. Some people do, but I don't think of you guys like that. But I do appreciate those of you who gave me a chance. I've said this since day one, that if I got snaked, that I basically would kind of be like, fuck it. It's not worth it. I probably won't bother with it ever again, right? But now what's happened is I've done so little work with them that now snaking me is probably entertaining to the audience because I haven't been in their content positively, right? So it kind of makes sense to do it now. I don't think that that's going to be a big deal anymore, right? So if any of you were here on behalf of Kino Casino, you're still welcome. But I'm not going to obviously be upset or not understanding if you leave. What did I ever do? What did I ever do to anyone? So the entire time I was doing that podcast, PPP was not only tweeting, but he also was sending me threatening messages on Twitter. Great, right? Just a nice guy. It is what it is. Like I said, I have nothing else to say about it. He is going to now endlessly go at it, I'm sure, 100%. I don't care. I don't care what he says. I'm just done with it. There's no point in continuing because that's what people want. They want more drama. I'm not going to give it to them. They can do whatever they want. All right. Make the content they want.